Hello there guys, I'm back, and today I'm bringing you some Warfare 3 gameplay. That's not what I'm going to be talking to you about. What I'm going to be talking to you about is St George's Park. Now a lot of you may be asking yourself, oh, what's St George's Park? Well, St George's Park is a new development centre that's just been opened up by the Football Association in England. And what this development centre is meant to do is it's meant to produce more English top qualified coaches, and as a result we will get more technically gifted and talented players. Now you might be asking yourself, why are we doing this? And this is simply because to solve the problems in English football. And yet again, you might be asking yourself, what's wrong with English football? We've got the best league in the world, probably the best sports coverage. True. But the problem is that only 5 to 7% of the players in the Premier League are English. The only reason why the Premier League is so successful is because it has a lot of foreign players, admittedly. And we need more English players to be top quality, like Spain, France, Italy, Germany, those kind of places. And in return for this, we're hoping to win more major international tournaments out of it. And many of you should know this, but if a lot of you don't, the last major international tournament that England won was the World Cup in 1966. The closest we've came to a major international tournament since then was the World Cup semi-finals in 1990, where we got beaten on penalties by West Germany. And the third closest was in our own country, Euro 96. Yet again, we got beaten on penalties by Germany. Now, I'm sat here asking myself, will this solve problems? Maybe. It has everything it needs. And it probably will solve everything. Not a lot of places in England are like this. This is the first of its kind. But the problem is money. And this development centre costs £100 million. That's not the problem. It's just a problem if people are going to be interested in taking up these coaching courses. It costs a lot of money to do. And in return for that, you have to go and look for a job and what to do to use these courses. For example, I can't really see a Sunday League coach spending all their time doing a coach qualification course if they're just doing it for fun or just doing it casually. There's no point. They might. You will get a lot more out of it. And something around standings now, Spain has about 250,000 top qualified coaches, and that is the reason for their success. There are more Spanish-bred managers, and as a result, I'm sure you've all seen Spain play. That's what you get out of it. But we have to be careful. We have to be careful not to try and copy other countries in every single way. And this leads me on to my next point. The English national football side. I'm English myself, I support them. The other night, Roy Hodgson picked a fairly young squad. Some could say, and truthfully rightly so, say that it's the next generation. And mind you, about half of our next generation at the minute of English players are either injured or just didn't go. They played Italy. Italy played their upcoming players, we played ours. Some of ours, such as Frank Lampard and John Ruddy, maybe not our next generation, but Italy did the same. They played Abeti, Daniele De Rossi, and kind of players. We beat them 2-1. And rightfully so, we tried a different tactic for once apart from 4-4-2. And it worked. Instead of a Euros repeat, where England only got about 30% of possession and Italy kept them in our half, we actually beat them by possession by about 56% to 47 or 46, I believe. It was a pretty even match, but the difference was we played a 4-3-2-1. It's weird, I know. And in this 4-3-2-1, 4 at the back, 3 in the centre, 2 wide men, and 1 person up front. And this worked for us, because it actually proved that we can play a different formation. Because for some reason, we just had a habit of sticking to the same 4-4-2 formation, which was getting old, and which other teams were just finding so easy to play against. Now, I'm asking myself, right, we beat Italy. Younger generation, even though it's only just a friendly. We want a lot out of that. Our next generation players coming through at the moment look a lot more promising than the ones that have just gone by. Or now the veterans, such as Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard, John Terry, Rio Ferdinand, Michael Owen, David Beckham, them kind of guys. Paul Scholes, Gary Neville. The current generation that we got coming through at the minute are looking a lot more promising. They're able to keep the ball better. They're a lot more talented in my opinion. People such as Jack Wilshere, Jack Rodwell, Ryan Bertrand, them kind of people. You've got a lot of them. Stephen Golka, Kyle Walker, Andy Carroll, Daniel Sturridge. There's a lot of them. But the problem is if we're ever able to use these players effectively. Now, we've learned our lessons of football in the nation. We're not really overhyping ourselves or overselling ourselves anymore, because we know we're probably not the best. I can remember before and after the 2010 World Cup, we always used to think that we'd go into every competition and we were going to win it because we thought we had the best team in the world. On paper, probably. And this was probably because, in my opinion, we overhyped them. And because of the Barclays Premier League footage, they were only able to look as good as they were because they were playing with top-class foreign players. And the problem was, when you put all of the English players together, it didn't quite mix. Because they really showed for what they were. Overhyped, overpaid. But not as good as they were. I'm not saying they're crap players. They were really good players, but they just were not good enough. Our average in football tournaments has always been quarter-final standard. And that's not good enough for us. We're the nation that invented football. We want better. And in the 2014 World Cup, it will be the veterans' last stand. It will be the next generation's debut. The question is, will we really benefit out of St George's Park, and will our next generation do us better than the old one? I believe so, yes. Within about 5 to 10 years we'll begin to see results. And those results will either be success or fail. And it'll be interesting, because not only will we benefit as a footballing nation, we'll actually be proud to say that we might actually be World Cup champions again. We're already a proud footballing nation, and our supporters are always behind the team. In my belief, we have the best supporters in the world. After all the crap that we go through, we never give up on them. We always believe. To us, it doesn't matter if we win the tournament or not. It's just being there for the lads and supporting them all the way through. So guys, that was it for today. And if you liked this video, then please be so kind to leave a comment and a rating. But until next time guys, this is Josh from Vari3tyGam3rs. Peace out.